What was living now is passing. What was new has become that which is old. The end of one chapter and beginning anew, like the leaves from green to gold. The past year has seen its victories, and my requests have been made known. And now I come to the Lord's table to feast at his throne.
Every year around the start of autumn, my favourite day of the year comes around, the Feast of Tabernacles. It's a celebration that gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling, a warmth that no other day brings. I love the preparations, I love the gathering of the people coming to worship, I love the fire, and I especially love the feasting. The most enjoyable bit for me is the setting up of the celebration. A lovely grouping of people come down to the church early to prepare by putting up the tables, decorating the hall and prepping the drinks and food. It's the most wonderful atmosphere when people get together and work together with one goal. Well, that's what church is about, right? Well, I should say right from the outset that we don't follow rule by rule the tradition of the biblical Feast of Tabernacles because we are not Jewish. It's not a commandment to celebrate it. But we want to partake in this feast, making it our own, joining in with a moment that will be celebrated for eternity. Worship is such an important part of our Tabernacles celebration. In fact, it's integral to every part of our lives. But worship through the means of music is very special indeed. Our very DNA is made up of musical notes that are unique to each one of us. And the Lord knows this unique song within us. So when we come together, bringing our song, who we are, and joining it with others to bring a united sound through a hymn or song, the Lord cannot help but inhabit the praises before him. In a world that is ever more dividing, God's people coming together has never been so important. So we start our celebrations like we start every Sunday feast, with worship.
To worship, to lay down oneself in a melody, a tune, a one-off offering, a moment in eternity that the Lord takes from my heart, drawing close to him. Then he dances closer to me, whispers of a love and grace that woo me into a rhythm of sweet, sweet melody. The joining of me and him, and those who stand with me in one accord, we offer this sound, unique, true. A sound that cannot be replicated ever. Us and him in a love song of thankfulness and pursuit. The ushering in of the magnificent. To worship, to become one.
I'm praying tonight that as we break bread, as we enter this communion with Jesus, and Jesus will show up, let me tell you. Jesus, gentle Jesus, meek and mild, that's one thing. But we're in a day and age right now where it's Jesus, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Right? The days of silence in church is coming to an end. There's got to be a praise. There's got to be a shout. There's got to be a song. There's got to be a new song. Not the old song. The old song was okay for the old days, but it's got to be a new song of freshness. Fresh bread on the table. Manna from heaven coming right down. Jesus himself. A new revelation of who he is and what he wants to do in each and every life.
Now, we all know what our defensive weapons are. The armour of God, right? But what are the weapons of our warfare? The offensive weapons. Maybe if we knew what these were, we would see more breakthroughs. Now, there are 3 weapons. These were present in the tabernacle of Moses, the tent which the Lord commanded Moses to build so that the Lord had a dwelling on earth. The first compartment of this tent was called the holy place, and it was the place that the showbread, the lampstand and the altar of incense was placed. These are the weapons, folks. The showbread representing God's covenant with us, communion. The lampstand representing the Word of God, the Bible. And the altar of incense representing our worship, prayer, intercession and praise. So this is why we worship, have the Word of God and take communion, not just in the Feast of Tabernacles, but every Sunday. Revelation 8 verse 4 tells us, the smoke of the incense, together with the prayers of God's people, went up before the Lord. Along with our worship, our requests or prayers go up before the Father like smoke. So we gather ourselves outside around a small fire where we burn our written requests as a symbol and declaration, and the Lord sees what we ask and He will answer. I love this part of Tabernacles. The smell of the smoke, the people all gathering round, the declaration, it's just so beautiful. It is a wonderful thing when God's people come together in unity. And who doesn't love a fire? There's something dangerously calming about watching the flames dance about, knowing its power to hurt, yet its beauty and refining ability.
This fire is His, consuming, burning, fanning up a flame of smoke in His face. He cannot ignore it. My passion is worth noticing. When sacrifice of my praise and prayer get right up His nostrils, He shouts yes, and I can feel it. The seeing comes in my walking, through it, move with it. The fire that came from His sacrifice, coals from the feet of an act that cost something I could not pay. Burning embers of a wholeness that I carry through my worship, of my utterings of a soul now saved, I keep running back to His sacrifice. Where this fire is lit and given to me as a love-shaped gift, that I keep taking back to my worship and praise. Lighting the word in me as I make my way back to His face where I intend to stay. Where a wooden chair will no longer do, but a throne of silvered grace that bears my name. Yes, I know, I don't deserve it. It's not my namesake, but the mark I bear from these burning coals, from a fire Jesus gave.
I love to eat, and even better, eating with friends. There's so much fun and beauty in sitting around with loved ones and chatting and feasting on wonderful food. It brings a family dynamic to the church where we all sit about together, again in one accord, to encourage each other. Food has the capability of bringing people together. It gives purpose to meeting and joy to festivities. It's the centre of any party or celebration, and it is the first thing we do when we get to heaven. The Father loves a good feast.
Come, sit, eat, drink, be merry with me, says He, as He takes my hand and leads me to the top table, a seat that is not fit for someone like me. He pulls out the chair so beautifully carved and whispers in my ear, I paid for this seat with my cross. How can I deny it when this seat cost so much? I don't have that kind of money. I couldn't give such a sacrifice. So I sit as instructed, and He fills up my plate. Not just a little, but brimming over full. We laugh and we eat. We drink and we talk, all about the things of mystery. He really is a sight to behold. I eat until full and drink until satisfied, but it is sitting with Him that my soul is truly revived.
So there you have it. That's our Feast of Tabernacles celebrations. And the wonderful thing is that everybody can do this. Every church can put on these celebrations, and you can make it look however you choose. This isn't about rehearsing line for line the formalities of how to do this feast. It's about setting this time apart to celebrate that for eternity we will be feasting with Jesus together. So why not start now?